Anesthesiologist, what was something you won't forget hearing from someone that was under? My 85-year-old grandma needed a hip replacement last year after falling at church. For context, this woman is the definition of a proper Southern lady. She wears pearls to get the mail and has never uttered a curse word in her life. She once grounded my dad for saying darn at dinner. I was nominated as her caretaker because I'm a nurse, and grandma always said I was her favorite, though she tells all 7 grandkids the same thing. The surgery went well, but the doctor warned me anesthesia can hit elderly patients harder and sometimes cause temporary personality changes. That was the understatement of the century. When she came out of anesthesia, I was the only one in the recovery room. The nurse had stepped out momentarily. Grandma's eyes fluttered open, and she fixed me with a surprisingly sharp gaze. "I need to tell you something important," she whispered. "Come closer." I leaned in, thinking it would be something sweet, or maybe she was disoriented. "The nurses are hiding drugs in the jello. Don't eat the green one. That's where they keep the good shit." My jaw dropped. Grandma had never said the S word before. I'd never even heard her say heck. She grabbed my arm with surprising strength. "I've been sneaking some into my purse. Don't tell your mother. She's always been jealous of my fun side." Then she reached for her non-existent purse and looked panicked. "They found my stash. Those sneaky bastards." She tried to sit up, wincing from her new hip. "Grandma, you need to lie back down. You just had surgery," I said, gently guiding her shoulders back. She narrowed her eyes. "Are you with them or with me? I need to know whose side you're on in this operation." "I'm on your side, Grandma," I assured her, trying not to laugh. "The tall doctor with a mustache is their supplier. I heard him talking about getting high in the elevator, but he shut up when he saw me." The nurse walked in to check her vitals, and the transformation was instantaneous. Grandma's face smoothed into a serene smile, and she folded her hands primly over her blanket. "How are we feeling?" the nurse asked cheerfully. "Blessed, dear. Just blessed to be in God's hands. You angels in white are doing the Lord's work." The moment the nurse left, Grandma's eyes darted to the door to make sure she was gone. Then she turned to me with wild eyes and hissed, "That's the leader. She looks innocent with that ponytail, but she's the mastermind. I've been watching her." "Grandma, that's just Kelly. She's taking care of you," I tried to explain. "That's what they want you to think," she insisted. "Quick, check under my pillow." I think I hid some evidence there before surgery. I pretended to check just to humor her. "Nothing there, Grandma." "Check my socks then. I always keep emergency supplies in my socks." She wasn't wearing socks, just those hospital-issued non-slip ones. This went on for hours. She told me elaborate stories about a drug ring operating out of the hospital cafeteria, how the janitor was actually an undercover DEA agent, but corrupt, and how she'd been documenting everything in a diary that they had confiscated. When an orderly brought her dinner tray, she winked at me dramatically, and then asked him in her normal sweet voice if he might bring her an extra pudding cup for my lovely granddaughter. As soon as he left, she whispered, "He's the mule. Brings the stuff in through the loading dock." That pudding isn't really pudding, if you know what I mean. My mom and sister visited that evening, and Grandma was perfectly normal with them, talking about church friends and complaining that the hospital didn't serve sweet tea. They had no idea about her secret life as a narcotics detective. 2 days later, when she was fully recovered from the anesthesia, I couldn't resist asking, "Grandma, do you remember anything about the drug ring operating out of the hospital?" Her face went pale, then bright red. "I beg your pardon?" I gently told her about her post-anesthesia theories. She was absolutely mortified. I said no such thing. That's preposterous. I would never use that kind of language. To this day, she insists it never happened. When family members bring it up at gatherings, she calls it fake news and changes the subject to someone's questionable dating choices.